Welcome back, guys. It is the next day now that I've showed you the zero turn and got some mowing done. We're gonna take old trusty Rusty here. I'm inside right now and go up and see if we can get to the trail cam that I have set up. It sat up there over winter. I should have taken it down and brought it back, but I didn't do that. So let's go see if we can get up there, get the trail cam off the tree, and get it back down here. We may not be able to make it. It might be wet. We do have a lot of natural springs around here, but let's go see if we can get that trail cam. So we made it up here, but I had to stop. I took the high ground away from the spring that runs down the hill, and I found another tree that had fell down. Now this one looks like it's been dead for a while, but right there, on this tree, right there's the trail cam. I don't know if you can see. I'll try and zoom in if I can. Video study. You can see the deer stand, that little orange strap hanging down, and then that little yellow thing halfway up that tree. That's the seat. So that's where the deer stand is. Trail cam right here. See if we catch anything going through this open area, because they like to travel through here and through the woods and that logging trail down to the ravine down this way. So, trying to do some archery hunting this season. We'll see how that works. I want to build a hunting shack up in there a little ways, about 50-60 yards up in the logging trail for gun season when it gets colder. I'm just going to get one of those big buddy heaters if I get that built and get that put in there. Maybe archery I'll use the deer stand. I don't know yet, but that'll be a summer project. Hopefully I'll have that on the channel if I can make it work out. So, it'll be interesting. Alright guys, we're at the top of the woods here, or top of the hill as we like to call it here. Last Thursday, it's Monday, last Thursday we had a ton of rain. I swear we probably got 2 inches within an hour or more. And this is part of the result right here. You can see this fence post right here, this tree leaning on it, that's new. That wasn't like that. This right here is the path to get up into the woods. And all this was brush hogged. I'm still sitting in the truck. This lane down the hill was all brush hogged last year. This is all probably knee high up into here. And we go up here, I'll show you a little bit more. If you look on some of the videos last fall, some of the tractor videos and brush hogging videos, you'll see what we brush hogged. And we'll go look at that right now. Got the trail camera off the tree. This is Wild View. Bought this from Rural King for about $45. Works great, infrared, everything, whole 9 yards, works pretty good. What I wanted to show you, we're on the other side of this tree that I just showed was knocked down. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there, a trail where the deer have been using right there. It was off up into those woods right there. This is exactly what I was talking about. Why I put this tree stand where I did. So. The only bad thing is, and I did a video on this too, of hunting season in Ohio, gun season is awful anymore. You know, I think I mentioned in that video, it's like as soon as gun season opens, it's like a war zone out here. So many shots going off everywhere, everything's running. That's why I want to get this hunting shack built for gun season, so it's warmer. But on the opposite hand, we have a crossbow, and I'm going to start hunting archery, see if we can have actually something we can harvest as far as the deer goes, because it's just silly. But right there's the deer path. They're definitely up here. So, and no, I did not have this trail camera on over the winter or anything. I need to bring it down, get some new batteries put in it, test it out, make sure it still works, and we'll bring it back up in another day or so. But I do have to say, I'm impressed. So far, it looked a little bit soft back here behind me, and maybe a little bit over here up into the woods. You can kind of see the tree stand right there, maybe. That logging trail goes right off into there, just down to the right of that 2 trees beside each other. Right there. It's right there. Logging trail. So that's usually really soft because you got a spring that follows that tree line down here. And then like I said, that where the hill goes down in here to the left of this tree, a spring there. So it's pretty wet in here, a lot of spots. But it's kind of promising actually right now for brush hogging because it did seem pretty dry. And obviously the tractor is a lot lighter than the truck, so it's not as prone to getting stuck as the truck is. But I do have to get the oil changed and stuff, and oil filter for the tractor. That's got to get done before I can do anything, basically get it serviced. So okay, so last fall I had the camera up here about this angle here filming me brush hogging. We have a little bit of a lane that comes in here. The trees have grown up too much right over here to brush hog, but we got a lot of this brush out of here, as you can see way over in there, kind of where that tree was. Zoom in. Sorry about the shaky camera work, but right in there was a lot of thick brush. That tree was too big to cut down, or excuse me, brush hog. So this one here, zoom back out. A little bit too big to go over with. I mean, I could have maybe done that with a brush hog, but yeah, I'm not crazy about breaking the tractor. But this was all brush hog last year, and as you can see, it's, you know, I'm not getting out of the truck because I have my shorts and sandals on. I just got home from work. But as you can see, this whole area up here was brush hogged in that film last August. I believe August or September. We brush hogged this down. And then there's a field behind me that I drove into an opening to get into this one. Let's see if we can get back around here. There's some of the sticks left from last year we brush hogged over. I'm not sure what the deal is here. This is where all these thorns were that we ran down and brush hogged up that path, which is kind of a steep hill as you keep going up that path that way. But here's all the thick thorn bushes were, and the ground's still pretty clear of it. Let me get backed up here. Pulled around the way we came in, you can kind of see it a little bit clearer. Let me zoom in if I can. Nope, my phone's not letting me zoom in. There we go. That right there is a steep hill. You can see the opening where the path is. A little bit of opening in the canopy. There's some trees in there that need cut down. One or two that's laying down and need cut up. Then I can get the brush hog up there. That's on the agenda for this year. Probably another 3 weeks. You get closer to July, we'll get that done to the other side of the property. Some brush hogging up into there. These trees here were just too big to brush hog through. I knocked some of them down. But that group of trees will need a chainsaw, or maybe if we get an excavator sometime in the future, we can get that cleaned up right here. Because this used to be all open field, other than that ravine over there, and then these big trees here on the hill were always there. But this is always open field. This is all open field too that I just brush hogged this past year with the new Kubota L3301. So this is the result of last year. I got to come back and do this at least one time this year, brush hog through it. But that should be all it needs, maybe once a year. Nothing crazy. This is where it will get tricky. Somewhere in here, it gets wet. And I may or may not slip, I don't know. But once we get back here, and this is all needs cut down. These little trees, this group of trees was never here. I think I said that last year, last fall in the last video. That group of trees, and ahead of us right there, that another group of trees right there. All this little stuff used to be gone. This used to be open field. Some of this stuff too right here that you're looking at right there. A ravine somewhere there, probably about 20 feet into those little trees, is a steep drop off. And those little trees never used to be there either. But I'm not too crazy about getting too close to that ravine. We got enough room here to get around. Like I said, that group of trees there, this set of trees, this little patch of trees was never here. And you see how narrow the lane is getting back here. This actually is part of an old logging trail. My grandfather had the place logged back in the 70s. And this is part of a logging trail that continued on right here to the right. This is kind of a little bit of a hill right here up into this open area where the trail camera is up here. Now it wasn't too muddy back there, too wet back here, But the further we go, closer to the logging trail up into the woods, the worse it gets. And I got a feeling it's going to be pretty sloppy up here. So we may not be able to get to it. But that trail camera's directly ahead of us. Problem is, when we get down in here, in this dip, by that little tree you see ahead of us, probably 20 yards before that tree right there in the center, is a spring that runs through there. And the closer you get to, obviously, the wetter it's going to be. Maybe if you go up high, you can maybe avoid it. But when you get past this tree into that woods right there, there's actually a logging trail that goes up in there in the meadow where it used to be cleared back in there. So, tree stand is just in those trees right here for deer hunting season. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end it right here. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, share it, whatever. But there will be more videos of this stuff. And like I said, I'm going to bring the trail cam back up here, and since the weather's nice now, see what we got going on. But it's nice and peaceful up here now. I just wish it wasn't a Monday evening and had other stuff to do. So, but you'll see some brush hog videos and stuff this summer. I'm sure I'll, upload some of those with the Kubota. All right, guys. If you like the channel, like, subscribe. Hopefully, I do a good job and work on my editing skills, and we'll come back and keep plugging away at it. All right. God bless.